What's happening
this week
in sports cards?
This week in sports cards. Oh, this week in sports cards. Oh, this week in sports cards. Oh, this week in sports cards.
Welcome into This Week in Sports Cards. I am Keith, Vintage Sport Flips.
I'm Andy, the king of penance.
Yep, got it.
Yep.
Good job. So, guys, every week, every Sunday morning, give it a little news, some hobby news, a little drama. Which we have some drama this week. It's not drama every week, but a little drama in the hobby. And what's dropping in the card market, some interesting sales. We'll delve into.
Yep.
Andy, this week I do have two unboxings at the end of the video.
Ooh, okay.
We've been saving unboxing for our Grail series, and I know you have some stuff on the way. I have two on the way, maybe more. We'll see.
Yeah.
So the next Grail video, we're saving the PC stuff for that, but this is not PC stuff. I don't think.
Okay.
I don't even know what's in two of them either.
You never know, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you order and you don't remember what you ordered.
Yep, absolutely. The one is something that a company sent me as like an apology replacement for something. So I don't know. I have no idea what it is. Could be great. We shall see.
I like it. I like that.
Yeah.
I like them trying to make you whole. That's
yeah. Hey, we're big YouTubers. They want to make us happy over here in YouTube, in the YouTubeverse.
I mean, our word really does carry a lot of weight.
Yeah. Well, speaking of
I'm
our
almost
word,
220 pounds. So.
Oh, I'm a lean. Are you really? Are you 220?
220? Yeah, easy.
Yeah. I'm 160.
I'm 6'2". I can't help it.
60. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not saying you're overweight. I never asked you how much you weighed before.
So
all right. So we're going to dive into a little drama, Andy. And this is either happened at the end of January, early February, but news is sprinkling out. I don't know if you saw this, that Fanatics, some sort of data leak that they like internal documents got leaked out somehow. That was like intercommunication between some of the higher ups, that they have a scoreboard system for different people who get allocation, right? So like different breakers, different people who get like product from Fanatics, and they had a score system, and people like Backyard Breaks and Tom Brady's Card Vault and We the Hobby. These people are on there, and they used a three score system, or 3-factor system.
Okay.
Social reach, like their social media, content, or social media followers, how much content they create, their activity in the content creation activity market, and like just engagement on platforms. I guess a lot of live selling platforms.
Yeah.
So, and they have a scoring system that these companies fall in their rank, and then they use that to like determine how much product they're getting.
Okay.
And a lot of people in like Reddit, Discord, those kind of marketplaces were pretty, I'm sure that's common knowledge, or you would assume that these kind of big companies are getting the product, but to see it put out there in writing by the company higher ups, and a lot of these Discord Redditors are not happy that, and they're going, and a lot of the conversation is going into, now that we know that they're really looking deeply into those kind of parameters as far as who gets product, are they also like
juicing the boxes?
Yeah, exactly. Are they getting the juice boxes? It would make sense that would follow suit, but I don't know if they can know that. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's what I was hoping you weren't going to say. I was hoping you were, because that's really, obviously that's kind of really annoying. Although, I mean, you would think it certainly comes across that way, but some of it comes across to like, just because they're ripping so much of it, right? They're ripping, cases of this stuff multiple times a night. So, they do hit a lot of stuff, of course. But, there's been a couple times, and I can't remember what it was. It may have been Panini that they were ripping, where they had like basically God boxes where there were like, in the case, they had multiple boxes that had multiple, like,
I think that was Optic Hobby, first off the line. Optic Hobby last year, I think. There was. You're right. It was the collation was way off, and they're getting multiple case hits.
It's like, is it collation or is it like I know? So I mean, I would think, but maybe I'm wrong, that that's technically like probably not legal to do, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I mean, is it like, I guess cards are sort of gambling a little bit, right? But
yeah,
it would make sense for a company if you have like, 10-year-old Bob Schlab out in Iowa and he gets a box, no social media. He just gets a box and hits a one of one kaboom versus Backyard Breaks hits it on a social media platform. Like, unless that little kid creates content with it and blows up and everyone loves this little kid, that's great marketing for the company, for me or for Tops. But I know I'm say kaboom, even though it's Fanatics we're talking about. But it would make sense that like sending it somewhere where it's going to get eyes across the globe. It would make sense to lean that direction. Hopefully they're, and that the documentation didn't give any credence to that. People were just speculating, which it's okay to speculate. But
I mean, there's one like a checkbox there, right, of one thing that they're clearly doing just product wise, which. I mean, honestly, that makes total sense. You're totally allowed to do that. Like, you don't have to sell to anybody specifically. Yeah. But if you're advertising, and maybe they're not, but like if you're saying that, you have a chance to hit this when you don't, basically, then I think that probably is illegal. I mean, if they're allocating boxes and you cannot get one or not get a box, but you cannot get a big card because it's already been allocated. Then that's, I think, not legal, but that would be my guess.
I gotta think they wouldn't do that, and they're not doing that because that if that did get out there, that just destroys the hobby completely.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
In lawsuits, probably like what do they call those lawsuits? Like big group
class
lawsuits.
action. Yeah,
class action. Yeah. Sign us up, Andy.
Yeah, and then who knows? Maybe Leaf comes in and they're the big players now.
So I don't think they would do that, but it makes sense that it would be in their favor to do it. But I think that's probably not the case. But anyway, I thought it was interesting though that those documents are out there. Like there's a score system probably in the executive lounge or whatever. They have a, like the what was the movie Major League where they have like the girls. Every win, they take a piece of the girl's clothing off, something like that. They have in the.
I don't remember that.
No, you don't remember that? Like the owner of the team.
Oh,
like every win they would. Yeah, I don't know how they got a nude picture of her, or maybe she was in a bikini. I don't know. Anyway, that doesn't really relevant. That story was not relevant. I just wanted to bring it up, I guess.
Clearly.
Andy, so you have any interesting sales this week you came across?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think I'm not sure if you've heard about it or not, but the big sale, I think it was sold or officially closed maybe the 22nd of this month. So that would be like 5 days ago when we're recording. And that's Honus Wagner. It's the first Honus Wagner. It's not really the first. It's a previously unknown Honus Wagner.
That's cool.
From my understanding. I'll bring it up on screen now. It's from the Shields collection. It's called the Shields family collection. It's I'll try to get a little bit of
backstory. You know any backstory on that?
I do. So
it's
it's been with the family for over, I think they said over 100 years. So they must have had it. I don't know if they were the original owners of it or maybe very shortly after, this is what 20 or was it 1906 or something? Is that when it was?
No,
I can't remember.
1909 to 1911.
Okay. Right. So, 100 years on that obviously would not take us to today, but maybe they bought it in the 30s or something, probably anyway, it was documented that they had it for over 100 years.
That's cool.
Sold for $5.1 million, which, I mean, it's big, right? Obviously that's huge. 5.124 was the official sale price. So yeah, I mean, obviously that's a massive card out there, but it's like, I remember when you first heard about Honus Wagner, I mean, like it was like insane, right? It's like when we first heard about it and it first sold, like the most expensive card ever, it was like $100,000 or something like that. And people were losing their minds over this. Now there's probably, hundreds of cards that are over like probably $200,000, and there's many cards over $1 million at this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And
So
I feel like this card should be higher than like a Pokemon just that Logan Paul had around his neck, right?
exactly,
I think this,
exactly.
but I would wear this on a necklace.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I would do that. It's a
No,
one. It
I
is a
probably wouldn't either.
one, not the best shape, although
I mean, it's a great one though. I mean, obviously it has
yeah.
a crease, but the color is awesome.
And the creases are not through the head either, or the face per se either, which I think helps a little bit too. So yeah, I think it was kind of a cool card. T206, obviously, I've been more interested now in T206. I know Keith is a big fan of this sort of, this vintage of this. But I've been looking, obviously, I think if you've been watching some of our stuff, I'm going for a Cobb. So some of these are, I don't know. I'm starting to get a bit of more appreciation on it. And obviously it's a huge sale price. Their sale in the past 5 days. So,
and I used to collect T206, and in the past I sold all of them. But this, do we know the consignor was the consignor of the family?
It was Golden. So Golden sold it.
No, the consignor though, like who the consignor? Like, did the
the
family
consignor?
consign it?
But yeah, they consigned it. From my understanding, they consigned it to Golden.
Okay. Well, it wouldn't be unheard of for a dealer to go in there and buy a family collection and then consign it. You know what I'm saying? So but it was the family that probably, yeah.
From my understanding, this was, I think, sold by the family. If I'm not mistaken,
cool. But that's a nice windfall for for the family there. I'm sure.
I could be wrong on that. I don't know for sure. That does. I don't know. Maybe it's just a picture, but it doesn't look like a super new grade though. Do you think it does? Like the PSA grade, doesn't it look like an older?
I don't think so, because I don't think they would. They don't feel like they did the custom SKUs or like the collection that much in the past. They do that. They don't do that all the time. They've done it for the Black Swamp collection. They did it for. I on our channel I bought the Richie Ashburn signed card that came from the Uncle Jimmy collection. He had Ruth autographs. So they don't do that often, but they do it for like very significant collections that come up.
Yep.
And I wonder what else is in that collection? Did you know if Golden had other stuff? I don't know.
I didn't see anything else. I just specifically looked at that, but yeah, it is at some point in my life, I want to have, I want to sell my cards and it be the King of Penance collection.
Yeah.
Like, how cool would that be?
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought this was cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And good for those people. Yeah, I was reading a little bit into it. It looks like it was pulled in 1909. By Morton Bernstein. So I guess I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a cool story.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be curious if they had like a big collection of T206, or they just because obviously there's a lot of mystique about that card as far as where obviously he was not a fan of tobacco, and that's, but there are other players. There's another player in that set that I'll talk about a little coming up that had a similar backstory as to his card being very rare.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find an image of mine, Andy. For some reason
just so you know, it is the highest price for a PSA 1 ever. So
oh really? Okay.
It's kind of funny. Which makes sense, obviously, right? I mean, how many it's the most, sought after card.
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. It's a beautiful, and it's a beautiful one anyway. Like I said,
but not the highest Wagner. 7.25 was the highest sale price for Wagner in 2022.
Anyway, you weren't in the hobby back when this happened, but did you remember the stories? Hold on one second. Okay, my mouse was on my other monitor. I can't get to back to StreamYard. I'm off StreamYard for a second. There we go. When all the drama came out about the Bruce McNall, Wayne Gretzky, Honus Wagner.
It does ring a bell, but I couldn't tell you any story behind it.
So I was at the National, and this was I think it was in Cleveland. It might have been my first National I ever went to. But I was with my dad, and we went to Net 54 banquet. There's a banquet of like vintage baseball card collectors, and they had a speaker, and the guy was the guy who wrote the book about that controversy. He was like an investigative journalist,
Okay.
and he had I guess uncovered information that Honus Wagner they found a strip, an uncut strip, and it was cut up, and that Honus Wagner was trimmed off of a strip. So
Okay.
that's why I think that was a PSA 7, if I recall.
Yeah,
I could be wrong on that. This is all going on memory. None of this is should have researched. I didn't think I was going to tell the story because I didn't know anyone was going to bring up a Honus Wagner. But yeah, I think there were some big wigs in the hobby back in the day. Maybe Rob Lipson, who owned REA for a long time, and then Mastro were the people who were discussing that. And it sold. And I don't think there's anything wrong with, in a lot of people's eyes, cutting up a strip card, but the fact that maybe it wasn't known to people later in the hobby, and that's where a lot of the drama unfolded.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's probably about 15, 20 years ago. All right, Andy, so my sale, let me pull this up. This is a set that I sold, a couple sets that I sold at the National last year in Chicago. So, but I wanted to bring it up because a lot of people just aren't familiar with this set and this card. And so here it is, Andy. So this is a 1974 Laughlin old-time Black Stars, Josh Gibson. And I know you know about this set because I showed you when I found that set back in the day or last year. And people didn't, like 2 years ago, I could have stumbled across this set at a flea market, not even giving it a second thought. Maybe I was stupid. Maybe I was not in the majority, but once Major League Baseball brought in Negro League stats into the game, and like a person like Josh Gibson got, his due respect. in the history of the game, his cards really blew up. And this card, I think this one sold for $1,680, and this is a PSA 6. So I mean, not a super high grade. I mean, 6 is a nice grade. I think the one that I had probably would have graded out higher. I had two complete sets that I sold at the National. But still a nice sale. And this is I think a 36 card set, I believe. All Black Stars, Negro League Stars. Gibson, the biggest name in the set, but there is Satchel Paige and some others. So definitely something you might be able to find cheap. And it's because not everyone knows about it.
Yeah, it doesn't look necessarily like it would be something. I mean, it doesn't scream super expensive. It's just kind of just an interesting looking card, but not one that, like, I think you could mistake that for like almost like a game too. Like, I mean, like it could be like a baseball game that you had and that type of thing. So
yeah, it has a look of more of like a set you would buy in Kmart back in the day or something.
Exactly.
Like that, right? It doesn't have, and it's not super vintage. I mean, 74 is older than us, and we're pretty old. But and speaking of pretty old, Andy, I have a little throwback publication here. So this is Collectors Quarterly. This is from winter 1975. So this predates us. Right? Okay. So this is a baseball card publication, but it's not a price guide. There's no prices in here, unfortunately. And to be honest, if I was subscribing to this magazine back in the day, I probably wouldn't subscribe for long because there was not a whole lot of content in it. But I wanted to show a couple things that I thought were cool. So first, there is an advertisement for the Laughlin cards. So you can see that, Andy? Are you on screen?
Yeah.
So
interesting.
So there's that old time Black Stars up in the corner.
Oh, that's
hold
cool.
it the right way. Yeah, and that you could buy the whole set for 36 great stars of early baseball, $3.25 for a full set. So nice return on an investment for that one for somebody.
Yeah. It'll take a while to get to it, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah. If you hold that for, unfortunately, almost 50 years, or it's over 50 years for this. The other things I thought were cool in this, had a couple interesting little tidbits in this publication. So, and it actually ties into your sale. So we're doing some sort of giveaway. Where was it? I had the page mark, but I dropped the page marks. Here it is. There's a little new article in the back. Really haven't. Okay, there it is. One baseball card sold for $1,500.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that was the news of the day. So the Honus Wagner, $1,500. And it says, and it sold for $200 just 10 years ago. So in 65, you could have bought that for $200. That's a shame.
$200 back then. I mean, that's. I mean, you got to account for inflation and whatnot too. It's not chump change. Like $1,500 is probably pretty
in the
expensive
60s. Yeah, that was a nice new car, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And one other topic in this thing. Do you know the big four of the T206 set?
Who they are? Like who?
Yeah, so it's a massive set, right? But if anybody wants to complete that set, it's nearly impossible for the vast majority of people out there to complete that set because of these four cards.
Okay, so I guess obviously Honus Wagner.
Yeah.
Is there Ruth in that? No, Ruth is later.
Yeah, he's in the teens.
I'm trying to think through. Would it be like?
And you might be thinking wrong if you're thinking stars, because they're not necessarily
okay. So
stars.
it's not like,
I mean, some are they're maybe a little bit they are, but so
like Christy Matheson or something like that.
No. I mean, they're valuable cards, but they're not like scarce like a Honus is. Like Eddie Plank. Eddie Plank was a great player. I mean, he's a superstar and a Hall of Famer, but his card is super rare. Philadelphia Athletics player, because it was against tobacco. So his card is equally scarce. So it's just very hard to find an Eddie Plank card. The other two are actually error cards. Sherry McGee, Philadelphia Phillies player. His error card is very, very scarce. And then I think Joe Doyle, New York Giants. That's also a scarce one. So those are the four that are almost impossible to complete that set because of, unless you really have unless you can go after the Schmidt family. Was that what that was? Schmidt?
Who was that? Yeah.
Whatever that family was.
Shields family.
Shields. Yeah, unless you got money to go after the Shields family collection, it's gonna be hard to complete that set. Very cool. A young girl here, Renata Galasso, who's a pretty big name in the hobby. And I don't know if you've ever heard of her, but at this point, in 1975, she was a junior, it says, at Fordham University.
Okay. And
in the article, it talks about she had just bought an Eddie Plank for $600, and she envisioned being able to flip that for a profit. And so she was a college student, and she was making money to pay herself through college, like putting together sets and selling them.
Oh, cool.
And then later opened up a card store in Brooklyn and would be like one of the biggest nationwide dealers for a long time in the late 70s, early 80s. They put out her own card sets. So I thought it was interesting. She was in there buying an Eddie Plank. So pretty cool.
Big names.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, that's always like your literature that you find randomly.
Yeah, that was an old. I don't know. I have to look that up. We probably can sell that because people love the old publications.
Yeah, and probably in certain cases it probably does tell a story about some of the cards, like well-known cards and stuff. If they get sold like that, there's a limited number of these cards out there. So that Honus Wagner probably has like provenance to something else. It's probably a known Honus in somebody's collection somewhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You just have to track it down, but
so that's going back in time, 1975. But Andy, what's the current happenings in the card market, drops and such?
So again, it's kind of like it's a bit of a weird time, I would say right now. It's kind of in between sports a little bit. I think you're starting to kick up baseball. There's certainly a fair amount of baseball product coming out. You had Series 1 next week, I think, delivering not next week. Is it the 11th? I think that may even be a little past that. We have Bowman's Best on the 11th and Topps Transcendent. Topps Transcendent, if I'm not mistaken, is kind of a real heavy hits box. I can't remember. I couldn't find the actual pricing of it, but because I don't think they've come out with it yet. But I'm pretty sure it's if it's not over 1,000, it's right there. I think at least per box, because you really do get a lot of big stuff out of that. So it has 4 packs with 10 hits in it, including autographs, patches, and relics. And so it's a big box. I think you sometimes see that there's like diamond icon boxes, which are thousands of dollars. I think this one is a pretty big one. And you sometimes will see these ripped with like really crazy relics in them and such. So I'll have to see. I don't know what the pricing is on that yet, but that's something to look out for if you got a few extra shekels to spend.
I was going to say shekels. Yeah, nice. And what's the Bowman Best? I've never ripped Bowman's Best. Is that like a high dollar product too?
It's not as high, if I'm not mistaken. I can quickly look at it. 4 autographs in every hobby box. I can't remember.
So it's got to be a little steep then.
Yeah, I don't know.
400 or 500 maybe.
At least, probably, I guess. Maybe I saw the price on that. It may have been in the 6s or something. I can't remember.
Okay.
Hard to keep up on some of these prices. Also, like, they don't really announce prices until the week of the kind of them coming out. Like, Topps will message like have a little tweet or whatever saying like this is what's coming out and how much it costs. But like prior to that, there's no other prices. Even if they're listed on the website, there are no prices to them.
Did you say tweed?
Tweet.
Oh, if they said tweed, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be like a fancier Twitter, right? Like a tweed jacket.
Exactly.
I was asked ChatGPT how much a hobby box is. They said around 470 to 480.
Okay.
I don't. Chat is pretty wrong pretty often.
Yeah. Well, Bowman's Best too is not like the base Bowman that everybody is looking for too. If you know what I'm talking about, like I don't think it houses the, the first Bowman Chrome, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it may have autographs, but I don't think they carry the same cachet as having like a Bowman's First or something. I don't know. I have to look into it a little more. There's Topps 3, which is coming out. This is going to be another big box, expensive box.
Baseball?
No, this is basketball.
Okay.
I think it's again around $1,000, if not more. It could be closer to $1,500. You can ask your
Topps 3 basketball hobby. Yeah.
If you want to on that. Those are two big ones. There's also a fair amount of wrestling coming out, which I'm kind of starting to get into a little bit. I bought a bunch of as we're recording it, this is 27th. I guess Topps Universe dropped today. So if you pre-ordered, you got some. I haven't got my box yet. It should be coming. And then there's another box that's going to be coming out. There's let me see if I can find this now. I just lost it. I believe it's called Topps. Where I lost it. I just lost my box. Okay, Topps Exalted WWE. So this is a pre-order for March 2nd. Again, they just kind of randomly put these out sometimes because there's no information on it prior, but it does show up on their website. So it's not coming out the March 2nd. You can pre-order. It'll come out later. You also have some other stuff that, if you pre-ordered a long time ago, Stranger Things is coming out this month. There's a John Cena commemorative pack that's coming out early. So a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It says, look, maybe around 1,500.
Okay.
It's probably a guess though. Maybe they don't even release that number yet.
Yeah.
Exalted, Transcendent. I don't know the people over at Topps are naming this stuff, but
they're trying to up the provenance of every time. It's like,
yeah,
they're gonna need to start coming up with new fictional names to make it sound even more
it's
impressive.
like Topps Good and then Topps Super and then just goes up in scale here.
Yeah, Topps Super exponentially better than the first one.
It should be just like Topps ain't so bad for the base product,
yeah,
right? And then work.
How about what they should do is like Topps, you can afford it. Topps, you better sell your kidney, and then Topps, don't even think about it.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about that one. Any of those Exalted, Transcendence.
No, neither am I.
You know what I am thinking about? Yeah. You know what I'm thinking about? A little unboxing here. We got a little unboxing over here.
Ooh, all right. I always like a little special, segment that we don't always do.
Yeah.
So, if I recall,
the first one. Yeah. Well, the first one, Andy. The first one is a Did the Cards purchase.
Okay, gotcha.
So the first one's not we'll get the box that is the biggest mystery. We'll do second. I mean, I did buy these cards. I just don't know what they were, but these are from Tim over the Air Sports on didthecards.com.
All right.
We're the friendliest place to buy your cards, right? Not the whatnot area over there. Oh wait, yeah, Tim actually used bubble or painter's tape. I thought he was anti-painter's tape.
Maybe it was residual that he just kind of
I
kept
gotta
using.
make sure this was Tim, unless I read the name wrong. I'm pretty sure it was Tim. Oh, you know what?
So-
This might have been. This is not Tim. This is a did the cards purchase.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I know what this is. This is not the package I thought it was. I think I do have one from Tim somewhere. This is a rod picking and punching break, and I got it in the
Oh, I know.
the V-Friend super sticker break.
He had some huge one out of there,
Oh,
right?
he had some monsters. I got the Resilient Red Devil,
Okay.
the Chill Chinchilla. There's okay, and then the last one. This must be the good one up there. The Spectacular Showdowns.
Mm.
Got the what does it say? Dexterous Dolphin. I can't really read that at all. I don't know.
Yeah, and
the dolphin and the shark. Yeah, so that's not what I thought it was, but all right.
Well, that's what it is. So that's why it's an unboxing. You know, you don't know what it is. Now, this one I'm a little interested in now.
Yeah, but yeah, Rod did hit some major bangers over there in that break. I mean, $10,000 Gary V cut auto, and yeah,
That's crazy.
Massive. All right, so yeah, this Andy, we opened up a box on this channel of, I think it was a keepsake premium box from Pieces of the Past, Super Sports.
Yep, that sounds right.
Yeah. Superbreaksports.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I hit a 1 of 1, but it almost looked like the 1 of 1. They forgot to put the relic in.
Yeah, it was like a blank almost.
Yeah. So I sent them a message like, oh, we're gonna send you something. And then eventually that was a while back, but eventually they sent this package. So I have no idea if it's a card, but it doesn't feel like a card. It
looks like a box to me. Yeah.
So
maybe it's a special box though.
It is a box. Yeah, it is a product, not a card.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I mean, it would be nice if they would have kind of at least given me a 1-on-1. Did you send the card back, or they
No, I still have the card.
Okay.
Now, I actually prefer a box because I mean, companies shouldn't have just loose cards laying around, right? If you're we got here, Pieces of the Past, Asia edition. All right, I've seen Shane rip this. I've never ripped it. You got 6 packs per box, 4 cards per pack, 2 relics per box. All right, I like that.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Well, you'll see this on an upcoming rip, right? Or do you?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do a rip where I rip 3 different Pieces of the Past products.
Cool.
You're doing most of the ripping in the hobby boxes, but I'll do it all on my end for that one. But yeah, that's fun. I've never opened that. We'll open that soon enough. And that was a nice replacement from them. Hopefully I hit a 1-on-1 out of there.
Yeah, definitely. That has a little more pizzazz to it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Andy, is that anything else on the weekly topic?
No, I think that's about it. Yeah, I think as far as I know, the 52 mantle has not been pulled yet. So still out there.
We have a bunch of tops to pull, tops to rip. So maybe we'll get lucky. And guys, check out Vintage Sport Flips. I dropped a video yesterday when this video is going to drop Sunday. My video came out yesterday, and it was a pretty good video, and there was an epic fail in that video, I'll say. And Andy was there to witness it.
I was.
So definitely checked out that video yesterday on Vintage Sport Flips. And then this morning, same time as this video drops, I dropped a short out of my channel that was probably the best find out of a collection I've bought in a long time. So definitely check out that short. It was a historic find. I'll say that. So check that out as well. And then we have shorts coming out every day on Rips and Brews. We have these videos coming out every Sunday morning. We're going to have our Grail series is going to be back with a vengeance soon. Seems that the mailman starts to deliver some stuff.
Yeah. Could be a little bit of time. A little bit of time on mine.
Not mine. Mine will be here soon. And what else we got? We got hobby boxes weekly, maybe even more than weekly, because Andy's just buying like He's buying up a storm over there. Yeah.
I can't stop myself.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Oh.